If you've ever said, I am calm, and felt your heart race faster, or whispered, I am safe, only to feel more on edge, you are not broken. You are not doing it wrong. You are simply working with a brain that hears those two little words, I am, and runs a very different program. Here's what's happening inside your head. When you say, I am calm, your brain's threat detection system, the amygdala, does a rapid reality check. It asks, is this currently true? For a non-anxious brain, I am calm might feel neutral or pleasant. But for an anxious brain, the gap between the statement and the internal experience is wide, and the amygdala flags that gap as a problem. That gap creates what neuroscientists call prediction error. Your brain expected calm but detected tension. So what does it do? It doubles down on alertness. It says, something's wrong. We said we were calm, but we're not. Increased surveillance. A 2009 study published in Psychological Science reported that when people with high trait anxiety repeated positive self-statements that didn't match their internal beliefs, their anxiety actually increased. The attempt to self-soothe ended up intensifying their distress. This isn't a personal failure, it's neurology. There is another layer. The phrase, I am, is what linguists call a state of being declaration. It asserts a fixed identity. And for an anxious brain, which is already hyper-aware of threats and contradictions, fixed identity statements can feel like lies. Your logical brain hears, I am confident, and agrees theoretically. But your limbic system, the emotional, survival-oriented part, hears a demand, and it pushes back. This is called reactance, the brain's automatic resistance to being told how to feel. The result? You don't feel calm. You feel like a failure at being calm. And now you have two problems: the original anxiety plus shame about the affirmation not working. That shame response activates the same neural circuits as physical pain. So your healing tool just became an additional stressor. So, what do you say when I am calm backfires? You change the linguistic structure entirely. You move from identity statements to permission statements and process statements. Instead of I am calm, try these three categories. Number one, permission-based affirmations. These remove pressure. Examples. It is okay to feel what I feel right now. I give myself permission to be anxious and still be safe. I don't have to be calm to be okay. Number two, process-based affirmations. These acknowledge movement, not arrival. I am learning to feel calmer over time. Each breath is a small step toward regulation. My anxiety is here, and I am also here. Number three, observer-based statements. These create distance from the feeling. I notice anxiety in my chest right now. There is tension, and there is also space around it. This feeling is visiting. It does not live here. Notice what these have in common. None of them demand a false state. None of them trigger the amygdala's mismatch alarm. They say, this is what is, and that is allowed. And that permission, not the positivity, is what calms the anxious brain. Here's a 3-step practice you can start today. No mirror required, no forced smile. Step 1, name the feeling without judgment. Say to yourself, out loud or silently, anxiety is here. Do not say, I am anxious. Just, anxiety is here. That tiny shift creates observer distance. Step 2, add a permission phrase. And it is okay that anxiety is here. Your brain will relax slightly when it realizes it doesn't have to fight the feeling. Step 3, anchor in the body. Breathe in slowly. Place a hand on your chest or belly and say, I am allowed to feel this. My body is safe even when my mind is loud. This engages the parasympathetic nervous system through touch and breath. Repeat this sequence for 90 seconds. That's it. You are not trying to erase anxiety. You are teaching your brain that anxiety and safety can coexist. That is real rewiring. How long until this works? Research on affective labeling, the scientific term for naming feelings without judgment, shows measurable reductions in amygdala activity within seconds. But lasting neural rewiring, that takes repetition. A 2012 UCLA study found that 21 days of labeling emotions without judgment reduced anxiety symptoms by nearly 40% in participants with generalized anxiety disorder. And those changes correlated with increased connectivity between the prefrontal cortex and the amygdala. You don't need to believe the affirmation for it to work. You just need to practice the structure. Consistency matters more than conviction. So here is the truth that changes everything. You don't have to lie to your anxious brain. You just have to speak its language. Permission, not pressure. Process, not perfection. Presence, not positivity. If this video helped you reframe how you think about affirmations, like it helps more anxious brains find this approach. Subscribe to Affirmation Science Lab for brain-based tools that actually work with your nervous system, not against it. And comment this: one word that describes how you feel right now. Just one. No fixing, no judging, just naming. I'll read them all. See you in the next experiment.